37 for 6.
For the first of these one-day internationals for the Texaco Trophy, Old Trafford this morning was a splendid place to be. The sun beamed down, forecast until the weekend sounds tremendous. Great crowd, every ticket had been sold. Old Trafford, even at 10 o'clock this morning, bursting at the seams. And here were the oldest cricket adversaries in the world, locking horns again. Let's then look at the lineup of the two sides. England, from their squad of 13, they left out the opener, Tim Robinson, giving Graham Fowler, short of runs so far this season, a chance to get going on his own pitch. And they preferred Cowans to bowl fast to Neil Foster. And Australia, the most interesting thing there, they've left out Jeff Thompson and brought in Bob Holland, the 38-year-old leg spinner, which is quite an adventurous thing to toss. David Gower beat Border to it, or rather he tossed the coin and Border got it wrong. And Gower decided to bat first on a wicket which we thought might be a bit slow in pace and was reported locally to be the driest one at Old Trafford of the season. Geoff Lawson fired off the first over of the day, Gooch and Graham Fowler. Gooch, of course, back in the England side after years away. They each took a single and we're picking up the action now. The first ball of the next over, Fowler at the receiving end, and the bowler is this very promising young Australian, Craig McDermott.
Well, it's quite a start. Well, there really shouldn't be much dampness. We've already heard this is the firmest wicket they've had at Old Trafford this year. You see, it's the back foot there. Never really dropped down on it. Away nicely. Beautifully timed shot there by Fowler. This outfield, in fact, is quite quick. It's going over. It's 4 runs. Essence of a very good timing there from Graham Fowler. Didn't hit that ball at all hard, it seemed. Short, hooked away quite delightfully by Gooch, quickly into position. That's his first boundary.
A typical Graham Gooch answer to a loose ball, which would have gone down the leg side. Graham helping it on its way, well wide of the long leg fieldsman, and a glorious sight for English followers.
This is Robinson, Downton, on the watch, Alan Lamb, Paul Hallett. And lovely day to sit out there, really, as Manchester has turned it on a treat for us here today. Glorious blue sky, not a cloud to be seen. And the forecast similar for the rest of the day. That's well bowled. Big shout going up. First time we've seen a bit of life and movement there from Lawson.
Geoff Lawson in his third over, really loosening up now. That one goes right through Graham Gooch, who's lucky to survive. It's very evident in this third over of Lawson's that he's really running in a lot quicker than he did over the first 12 deliveries of his spell, and he's looking pretty menacing now.
Graham Gooch quite happy there to pick up that single. Have a look at the other end, because this has been very comfortably the best over we've seen this morning. He's found the gap. Lovely time shot. And Pretty good eyesight there by Graham Fowler. I don't think, if we look at the replay, it will be probably the best executed shot he's ever played. It hit the middle of the bat, that was important. And he's gone this time, no question at all. Looking to repeat that 4 through the covers, never got quite there this time. Outside edge and neatly taken by Wayne Phillips, the keeper. So disappointment for the Lancashire crowd here. Local boy goes with the score on 21. This time the old eye wasn't quite so good. His foot has gone down leg stump somewhere. A long way away from it. And we've seen Graham out like that very many times. And he's bowled him, and it looked useful. Little change of pace there by Lawson, and that really is a great blow for him. Wicket apiece now to the openers, and David Gow misses out again. Bowled by Lawson for 3, leaving England rocking here at 27 for 2.
This really is a splendid piece of bowling. A complete change of pace from Lawson, plucking out his off stump. A very fine delivery indeed, and a big disappointment for the England captain.
Gooch still survives, but Lamb faces now. Oh, and he's gone. A real good one as well. My word, what a ball to get first ball. So one duck into the left-hander, and now that one moved away. Superb piece of bowling there by Lawson. Full marks to Lamb. Difficult one to get first ball. Had to play at it. Slight movement, another good catch by the keeper. Real trouble for England at 27 for 3.
Geoffrey Lawson creating some havoc here. The ball before left Gow, the left-hander, but this time Alan Lamb, no alternative to play that ball, and just a thin edge through to Wayne Phillips.
All these Australians really on the toes out there. What a great start they've made.
Lamb moving forward, doing almost everything right, but the ball leaves him off the wicket, and he's on his way.
Well, here he comes. Tremendous reception to the Cavalier of English cricket. IT Botham. So hat-trick chance for Lawson, both on to face. He survives, and great applause here at Old Trafford for Jeff Lawson. 2 wickets in that over.
Safe just inside the boundary. Decided to test the batsman with the short pitcher.
Graham Gooch picks this up beautifully, rocking onto his back foot.
A little bit of a breeze out there as well. When Lawson bowled from the Warwick Road end, it was assisting his outswinger. And after a couple of easy overs, he made full use of that. Superb spell from Geoffrey Lawson today.
He's launched into it. Been waiting for some little while, I think, as Ian Botham. No doubt at all about this. Straight into the screen for 6.
Greg Matthews taking a bit of a chance. A little bit of a floater. He's tossed this one up. What enormous enormous power this man Botham has.
O'Donnell now to Botham. Fine shot. Great shot. Just about the safest shot in the game of cricket. Over the bowler's head, comfortable height, raced away for 4. That's a beautiful shot. And some excellent fielding. Good cricket. So 3 figures goes up on the board for England. 100 coming up in the 28th over.
Marvellous sweep, the thrill of the one-day match. This is Geoff Lawson taking that ball cleanly. Super piece of fielding.
David Boone is the fielder. And 50 for Graham Gooch. 3 years of exile for having played cricket in South Africa. First match back for England, 50 and 110 balls with 4 boundaries. Giving that a fearful smash out there through mid-wicket. It's been contained by Holland. That was a terrific shot.
Ian Botham's 50 off 71 balls with 2 sixes and 2 fours.
And mid-on started to move back, but nowhere near far enough. That's gone way, way up into the crowd again. Successive sixes. Good shot for 4. They brought Greg Matthews in to mid-on, away from long-on. Left the gap there between mid-on and Alan Border at mid-wicket. And O'Donnell obliged with a half volley round about leg stump. There's no deep mid-wicket. And that's where that's gone. What a marvellous hitter of the ball. There wasn't a full-blooded swing. It was a little short-arm jab. O'Donnell. And he's caught him. A good catch. He'd have been cambered by the background there. He made ground, racing in, slightly off balance, and took a very good catch indeed. The background would have swallowed up the ball there. Graham Gooch has gone for 57. Nice comeback for him. And a tremendous ovation for Graham Gooch as he goes off. Seems to be a favourite stroke these days. Got to be a player really in form to get away with something like that. Well, if we can say he's in form.
No shot today has been hit harder than this one.
This angle it looked as as though Botham really would be struggling there, but he moved quickly enough, and there was a little bit of slowness on the part of the fielder, Graham Wood. Six.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Well bowled. And that is one of the reasons I'm old-fashioned enough not to be mad keen about that shot, because it can make you look a bit of a gig. Pause from the Australian team. Delightful hitting exhibition from Ian Botham back in the England side after not having gone to India and to Australia. 60 for 5. I should think Matthews rather enjoyed that. Beautifully placed. Just gave Willie a fraction of room outside off stump. Lawson and McDermott between them have 9 overs still to go. 2 overs each for Matthews and Holland. 1 down. Geoff Lawson, the fielder. Difficult one away to his left.
Geoff Lawson at full stretch here. Top left-hand corner, but unable to hang on to it.
Oh, well bowled. Right up in the block hole. Almost York, Peter Willey. Second wicket for the leg spinner. Peter Willey goes for 12. 181 now for 6. Plenty of air. And Yorked him. Just chipping that wide of close mid on.
Little chip shot over mid on. Just wide of him.
McDermott again, Downton to face. Looking to scramble the singles now. Finding it difficult to get these two pace bowlers away. Beaten there by that little bit of extra pace. It's off the pads, but they all count, and that says 200 on the board. 201 now. It's Lawson now, Downton to face. 5 overs to go. That's beautifully taken. Tremendous catch there. Well, I won't get many better deep gully catches than that take by Matthews. Beauty it was, right off the meat of the bat. Looked from the moment it left the bat, it was going to be 4 runs, but the little guy intercepted it, took a beautiful catch, and sees England to 203 for 7.
And a tremendous square cut this by Paul Downton, right off the middle of the bat. And a superb catch by Greg Matthews. Those are the sort of things that win matches.
I don't think Lawson's ever taken 4 wickets in one of these matches. That's a dolly catch. He's got 4 wickets certainly now. Well, Phil Edmonds has a last look at the pitch as he departs. Possibly thought the ball might just have stopped a shade. On the other hand, it might have been his timing that was a little bit awry early in the innings. It's another wicket for Australia, another one for Lawson. This is the way it happened.
Yes, and Phil Edmonds driving at that. It wasn't even a half volley. Hit it very high on the bat. And a little lobber to Alan Border. He doesn't make mistakes with those.
And bowling. Well, going for the big swing near the end of the innings. Not much really left for Paul Hallett to do under those sort of circumstances. It does mean that there's a chance England could be bowled out inside their 55 overs. Well, that's never a good thing.
Yes, I think a little ill-judged this. It may have come off his back pad, but at the same time he's got a batter at the other end in Mike Gatty.
It went like a hare, did Norman then? Just dropped the bat on it and he was gone. Giving himself room this time. Just a shade unlucky. But, Matthews doing the fielding there at mid-off. That's extraordinary. It's caught bowled. And the swing again of it, I thought it might have well decapitated it. Only just lobbed back in the end to the bowler. So McDermott picks up the wicket of Norman Cowans, caught and bowled. The big back lift and the big swing. And it only just reached the bowler, in fact. So Cowans goes for a single. And it means that England have been dismissed by Australia inside their 55 overs, all out for 219.
And that's always a pity, not using up your full allotment of overs. 116 in that splendid recovery between Gooch and Botham. But the England score was 160 for 4 with 15 overs left. They look to be aiming for 250 plus. And it has to be said about Botham when he got out that if you play the reverse sweep and you hit it for 4, it's fine. If you miss it and get bowled, it looks to be a needless extravagance. But what a performance by Botham, 72 off 82 balls. Now let's look at the Australian bowling. Lawson, the outstanding figure there, the best figures, 4 for 26. Everybody else giving away 4 or round 4 and over. 3 for McDermott, 1 for off-spinner Matthews, and 2 for the leg spinner Bob Holland. So Australia, to win this first one-day international, wanted exactly 4 and over. 220 to win, which didn't seem too daunting a task in these conditions, even though the ball wasn't coming all that readily, so it seemed, onto the bat. Let's have a look then at their reply. 5 overs bowled. The score is 11 for no wicket, and it's Norman Cowans firing in and bowling to the Australian left-hander, Graham Wood.
He's got that away over Fowler's head. Allen is the other man coming around. Neither has any chance. It was played a bit away from his body, but it was effective. He's gone, caught behind. Norman Cowans strikes, and Graham Wood goes after that boundary. That was a good delivery from Cowans. Australia's first wicket down at 15.
A little bit of movement away off the seam, just enough, and Paul Downton very happy to take that one.
That's 4. Unless Hallett can move a little quicker than he's been doing the last couple of overs. That was a good stroke from Kepler Wessels. That is his strength. West Indies actually played him back into form by attacking him there in the Brisbane Test match. He played some glorious strokes then, and that was beautifully timed, perfectly placed.
First change then with Paul Hallett coming into the attack. Good season to date, 29 wickets so far in the first-class game. Ready to bowl now to Kepler Wessels. Short, pulled away handsomely by Wessels for 4 runs. Something of a loosener, first ball there. Very short. Has he got? Difficult chance there, I think, between wicketkeeper and first slip. Both going for it. Let off here for Kepler Wessels. England had made 5 runs more, but they'd lost a couple of extra wickets at this stage. So the expected change down at the Warwick Road end. This is Philip Edmonds. Oh, well bowled. First time we're seeing some real grip on the ball out there. And Mr. Wellham got in a bit of a state there. To manoeuvre that round the leg side, and whoa, where she turns and lifts. And it's suddenly become a different game. Caught and bowled. That previous ball, I think, just destroyed a little bit of a confidence. He played no sort of shot in the end. Edmonds takes the wicket. Wellham goes. Caught and bowled for 12. So the second wicket going down with a total on 52 in the 17th over.
Not quite getting there, stopping his shot a little bit and giving Edmonds the simplest of return catches.
Australian captain Alan Border coming in, and with happy memories of this ground. Test match in 81, he made a really tremendous 100, suffering with a broken finger. That's a beautiful shot, perfectly timed, picked his spot quite delightfully between short extra and mid-off, and 4 runs all the way.
Well, nobody gets their front foot closer to the pitch of the ball than Kepler Wessels. Right next to it. Beautifully timed. Firmly struck, straight between extra cover and mid-off.
56 for 2 now, Australia. He's in 220 in all, 164 now. So Alan Border gets a first look at it. There he goes, down the wicket, the big slog. Didn't time it, and didn't in the end get a run. Good stop by Willie.
Interesting stuff, this. Gower putting the pressure on Border. Trying to crowd him before he gets in.
There he goes. He's determined to get off the mark in aggressive style. Does it with a 4 through extra cover. Fascinating over. A lot of interest in store here, I'm sure. Down the wicket. So Alan Border away with the 4.
Oh dear. Well, Willie fell very well, but that was just a straight full toss. And Vessel's hit it straight to Botham.
Peter Willey just bowling a rank full toss, and he strikes it to the safest hands in the game. Ian Botham at short mid-wicket.
It'll be a good catch if Counts can get it. Can't call that a chance. He did well to get as close as he did, actually.
Bit of frustration from Alan Border, looking for the big hit. Goes up an awful long way. Norman Cowan sprinting after it, the most difficult of catches, coming over your shoulder, and in the end, not getting a touch.
That's the sort of stroke he's been playing in the course of making those 4 centuries on the trot. Border was looking for the quick single here of the last ball of the over. Just a little nudge out on the offside. Mark that down as a miss, but it might just have come off the bottom edge. Just need to wait for umpire David Evans. No, he's given it byes. Looked as though it might have hit in the footmarks and run just about along the ground. We've seen a few good sixes today from Botham. That one was hit with very little effort by Alan Border.
There's nothing desperate about Alan Border's ventures down the wicket today. He looks in absolutely purple form.
Bit of excitement out there, no result, but ton of excitement from Alan Lamb, who thought very quickly there and whipped the ball into the bowler's end.
We see again here that run-out chance to Alan Lamb. Picks it up one-handed brilliantly. And as we follow the action slowly up to the other end, this is very tight indeed.
So 107 off 20. And a bowling change. Graham Gooch. He turned his arm over from the Stretford end. And he's gone. Gooch takes the wicket. So good bowling change. Gooch the wicket taker. Another catch for both of them. 118 then for 4. They've been looking to swing across the line here.
Again finding Ian Botham, who gratefully accepts the chance.
So, test for Botham now. As I mentioned, 4 accurate overs with a new ball. Might be more difficult to maintain that sort of form and rhythm with Border out there on 44 and playing well. Botham under Border. Beautiful shot. Nearly crushed that past gully, short outside the off stump.
Superb player, Alan Border, picks the length so quickly, in absolutely the right position there, and crashes it square. Marvellous timing of the ball.
Some more there, base 50. So Alan Border continuing this prolific run of his, 400s on the trot. Now he's gone through to 50 off only 60 balls, a 6 and 4 fours in it. And that's the 17th time he's gone past 50 in this form of cricket. In addition to that, of course, he's made 300s. A bit of movement there for Ian Botham. Quite surprise Border.
Yes, I think this one cutting back a little, ducking into Alan Border, and very lucky that he didn't in fact drag it down into his stumps.
He's shoveled that one away. Found the gap safely this time, and 4 runs coming from Phil Edmonds' final delivery. But for all that, it's good bowling performance by Edmonds. It's the last ball going away, but his 11 overs cost only 33 runs. And he's gone, caught and bowled. Well, that's the blow that England have struck finally, and the wicket they really wanted. Nice catch there by Paul Allott. Hit back quite firmly by Alan Border, but he picked it up in his follow-through to leave Australia now at 156 for 5. Border goes for 59. A fine knock this by the Australian captain. Only 7 minutes, received only 77 balls. And it's principally Alan Border who's put Australia in here with a chance of victory. So it's creeping towards 6, as you can see. 63 wanted, 11 overs left. That's the highest it's been, I think, throughout the innings, 5.73. Here's Botham. And he's bowled him. Middle stump flattened. O'Donnell goes for just a single, and it's 157 for 6. So both of them having another good match. Critical wicket that for him after his runs and his catches. And the youngster playing rather across it. Well pitched up delivery.
Put it down. What a great effort. Would have been a nice little finish up to the runs he made, 72, and then a couple of catches, and picked up the wicket of Simon O'Donnell as well.
And he hit this like an absolute rocket. And, you know, he did very well to get to it. Never mind almost catch it. Tremendous effort that by Ian Botham. But he also saved runs.
England haven't seen a great deal of Wayne Phillips. They won't know that that is a very calculated stroke as far as he's concerned. He's a dynamic limited overs player and has made a test match century.
backing away, giving himself a bit of room there.
That could be out. And it's down. 2 dropped in this over. 1 very difficult. And that one looking, well, not quite into the sun. A nice shot from directly face on as Phillips lofts that out into the outfield. It was an awkward height for Peter Willey.
So Cowan's now returning to the attack. To bowl to Wayne Phillips, who's played a super little innings here.
Oh, what a good catch. Well, Garing took one in the World Championship of Cricket that won a classic catches competition out in Australia. It was Kepler Vessels, and this time it's Wayne Phillips, another left-hander who's gone. That was a super catch. First ball of Cowan's new spell.
Well, I can't help feeling that poor Wayne Phillips is a little bit unlucky there. He planned that shot, chopped it away, and an absolutely fabulous effort by Mike Gatting. Tremendous stuff. And what an exciting game this one-day cricket is. The marvellous innings by Phillips. See Phillips making room for himself. He decided to play it down there. And you'll never see a better catch than that.
That's 4. It's off the edge, but it's 4. The way the field settings are, the batsman needn't reproach himself at all. There's no slip. Anything that flies through there is good value.
Yes, the favourite one-day shot. It wouldn't have carried a slip anyhow.
23 more runs needed and 30 balls to be faced. It's a pretty good shot from Geoff Lawson. It'll just be cut off by Alan Lamb. With 2 runs. Needed from the 22 balls. Matthews will look for 2 and he'll get it. Not even Graham Fowler can cut that off. 206 for 7, and Australia in with a real chance. They have only 3 wickets in hand, but they have only 14 runs to go.
A really tremendous game of cricket, this. Absolutely nothing in it.
Well, there's a couple for Greg Matthews. And they'll be happy with that. Lawson, a very sensible cricketer, he knows what's best out there, and that is to let Matthews have as much of the strike as possible.
What a marvellous way to start this one-day series, one-day Texaco series.
There are a lot of people who actively hate limited overs cricket, but there aren't too many of them here today. An enthralling game of cricket. Only the single. Graham Gooch. That's a good shot. A very important stroke that from Geoff Lawson. They're going to pick up 3 Matthews looking for 4, but there's no chance. But 3 will do for Geoffrey Lawson. A very important blow that at that instant. 5 more runs needed to win. 9 balls remaining. Matthews has strike. And Matthews has got the strike again. Four runs to win and 6 balls remaining. Cowans and Gower are talking together, and Botham at mid-wicket has moved Lamb around. He's moved Lamb around a little finer. And Gower now is trying to get the attention of Graham Fowler out on the fence. Bring him in to save the single. So there is no boundary cover on the offside other than the man at deep third man.
And I think that's fair enough, because in fact Greg Matthews hasn't struck the ball with any authority through the covers or through mid-on. So he probably will now, but it's very, very exciting.
There it is. They'll give that 4. The crowd has come on the field. Matthews has struck the winning blow, and a very good innings from him, and a good win for Australia at the start of this Texaco Trophy, the first of the 3 international limited overs matches. And Matthews would tell you in his own language that that's quite a wrap.
Australia home with 5 balls to spare. When Alan Border got out, we thought that England were going to win, and then we had another think when Greg Matthews and before him Wayne Phillips played so sensibly. There was that tremendous catch by Gatting, and then Matthews, sensibly supported by Lawson, seeing Australia home. A very good match of cricket. And let's look now at the England bowling. 2 wickets for Norman Cowans, 1 for everybody else. Figures of the spinners are interesting. Edmonds 1 for 33, Willie 1 for 31, proving yet again that the spinners who applied the break here on Australian progress can be very effective in limited overs cricket. So there we were, and when it was all over, Brian Statham, one of the great England fast bowlers, certainly one of the most consistent of all time, nominated Ian Botham, no stranger to the honour, as his man of the match for his all-round contribution. Well, England